As per the program, we needed to do the introduction of our honorable ministers by our chair. So, chair, if I may beg your indulgence, we need to have our ministers introduced to the assembly.
Thank you very much. Very quickly, allow me to introduce the Honorable Minister for Mining. Well, this is my brother who has just left. No need for introducing the local one. He needs no introduction, he's at home. So I'll proceed to introducing the Honorable General Edward Katumba Wamala. This is the Minister of Works and Transport of the Republic of Uganda. Let me go further. His Excellency Dr. Ale Musime, Minister of Transport and Logistics of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia. His Excellency Bernard Kibesi, Ambassador, Embassy of the United Republic of Tanzania to Kenya. Honorable Selemusa Ndwandwe, Minister of Public Works and Transport of the Kingdom of Eswatini. His Excellency the Dejahs Antoni, Minister for Transport of the Republic of Seychelles. Honorable Mohammed Abdullah Kadi Mohammed, State Minister of Ports and Maritime Transport of the Federal Government of Somalia. Honorable Engineer David Nzandu, Deputy Minister, Minister of Transport and Public Works of the Republic of Malawi. Mr. Nekundi Veiko, Deputy Minister, Minister of Works and Transport, Republic of Namibia. Ms. Mary Akech Tabin Mila, Deputy Minister, Minister of Transport, Republic of South Sudan. Mr. Johannes Simako, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Transport, Ministry of Transport and Public Works of the Republic of Botswana. Ms. Nini Hanswe Godelivi, representing Honorable Marie Chantal Jimbere, Minister of Trade, Transport, Industry and Tourism, Republic of Burundi. Mr. Mohammed Said Dalane, representing Minister Biamfiri Tamidi, Minister of Maritime and Air Transport of Union of Comoros. Mr. Ali Mira Kemei, representing Honorable Hassan H. Ibrahim, Minister of Equipment and Transport, Republic of Djibouti. Mr. Mustafa Anat Sisa Polino, representing His Excellency Mateus Magala, Minister of Transport and Communications of the Republic of Mozambique. Mr. Daniel Mwanza Kiange, Secretary General, Maritime Organization for Eastern, Southern, and Northern Africa, including the Indian Ocean states. Asante san. Sincere apologies. We have Madam representing Minister from South Sudan. The name again? Sorry? Oh, okay. Oh, I did. So that was the director of programs trying to confuse me. The gender issues, eh? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Chair. I would now like to call upon our Secretary General to give his remarks. A round of applause. Thank you.
Chair of Moisena, or Mr. Frank Musabatayali, the outgoing chair of ISCOS, now transforming to Moisena, General Katumba Wamalwa. You should not wonder why I'm recognizing the outgoing chair, because his efforts has led us to where we are. Honorable ministers present, CEOs present, my colleagues, captains of the industry, my colleagues, ISCO staff, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, kindly allow me to ride on the existing protocols and proceed from there. First and foremost, I want to take this opportunity to sincerely thank the creator of the universe, our God, who has enabled us to be here today, because it's not our own making. Where we are is because there's a power in heaven that is controlling our movements. Equally, I want to appreciate the government of Kenya, represented here by Honorable CS Mfuria, Salim Mfuria, for being a wonderful host to this assembly. I believe since we arrived here, we have been taken care of, and we continue to be taken care of by the good government led by Excellency President William Ruto, represented here by the chair, by Mr. Mfuria CS, Mining, Blue Economy, and Maritime Affairs. I also want, on a very special note, to acknowledge your presence, all of you, for honoring our invitation and being part of this gathering. Honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, as it has been said, 80 to 90% of international trade is conducted over the waters. And therefore, the saying that whoever controls the waters controls the world economy. As Africa, we are somehow disadvantaged when it comes to the control of the waters. Statistics indicate that in 2023, over 11 billion tons of cargo was transported globally by ships and shipping lines operating in the world. Out of this, 1.3 billion tons were transported in and out of Africa, costing the African economy close to over $20 billion. And this money could have retained in Africa to circulate and create business opportunities, build economies, if we as Africa had a control over our waters in terms of shipping and maritime. And because of that, as an organization, previously ISCOS, now Moisena, we have been pushing and advocating for Africa to take control of their waters in terms of transportation of goods. We continue with that drive as Moisena to push and to call all of us to work together so that we can get at least, if not the 20 billion paid out of Africa, half of that money. I believe it's something that can assist this continent. And therefore, distinguished guests, when you see honorable ministers seated in front here, This symbolizes the desire of the region to work together so that we can take control of what we are losing as a continent. And the honorable ministers, once more, I want to thank you sincerely, appreciate you for honoring our invitation, coming to be part of this conversation. I believe with your presence here, Moesna, the eastern region, eastern, southern, and northern region of Africa is going to speak in one voice, and we are going to take control of our oceans. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable ministers, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, you may recall that a few months ago, we were in Nairobi in a workshop that brought more than 20 countries from the region to discuss and deliberate on the subject of the regional maritime transport policy. This document to achieve, among others, the following: promote and strengthen existing collaborative mechanisms as a cornerstone to the industry growth through transparent communication, coordinated decision-making, harmonization of policies to effectively address regional sector challenges, ensure effective implementation of international maritime conventions towards fulfillment of member states' obligations as flags and port states, provide guidance in the development of national maritime transport policies and legislations, and help in the implementation of sub-sector plans and activities in a collaborative manner regionally, promote local development and implement flexible regional maritime cabotage regimes aimed at enhancing intra-regional maritime trade, encourage and promote private sector-led initiative in shipping and maritime industry, and sustainable exploitation of the regional blue economy, provide and encourage joint financial resource mobilization for regional programs like infrastructure development and shipping operation, provide guidelines in conducting safe, secure, and environmentally sustainable shipping activities in the region that meets globally acceptable standards, guide and promote development of robust shipping and maritime industry, human resource advancement programs with the vision of becoming a global basket, which will, with well-trained and skilled seafarers and industry practitioners, encourage development and adoption of advanced technology in shipping and maritime industry to ensure regional competitiveness, contribute coherent and coordinated approach in resolving shipping and maritime issues, and ensure sustainable development of the sector, and that facilitate implementation of the relevant sustainable development goals at the country level. Ladies and gentlemen, the draft policy is ready and will be availed to honorable ministers for further review and guidance. Of equal importance in our programs as Moesna is formation of a regional shippers council. It is important to note that every shipping transaction starts and ends with a shipper, that is the importer and exporter. The well-being of our shipper is therefore important for the success of the industry. Shippers' councils are therefore meant to promote and protect the interests of the shipper. Historically, creation of well-organized shippers' councils is closely tied to the existence of liner conference, that's shipping lines, that used to monopolize trade routes, set common freight rates for given routes, fix sailing frequencies, and determine the general condition of carriage without any regard to the shipper. This therefore prepared people to start uniting and forming shippers' councils or associations to provide them with collective bargaining power needed to counter liner conferences in determining rates, sailing frequencies, and general conditions of service. The third session of United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD, in 1972, called for the creation of shippers' councils organizations on the principle that liner conferences would consult with shippers' council organizations and governments concerned, including those in the land-linked countries, before taking decisions that affect the cost of freight. The revised African Maritime Transport Charter 2010 requires party states to support creation and sustenance of shippers' councils and therefore, in that spirit, the predecessor of Moesna, that is ISCOS, formed the shippers' councils in the region. Now, going forward, we are going to focus on creating capacity for these shippers' councils in the region. Part of our agenda is to achieve that. Therefore, as Moesna now, we are going to focus on the following project the next 1 year. One, operationalization of the regional maritime transport policy, that now we are going to write on this document to develop conventions, codes, and protocols that will now make that document a working document. Establishment of a regional shipping line. We are embarking on a study to see how can we establish a regional shipping line that will assist us to get control of our maritime sector. Localization of marine cargo insurance. We have been doing this amongst our member states, and now we want to extend this project to our joining members. And also establishment of a regional maritime university or center of excellence that now will assist our youth to develop their capacities to become competitive in the maritime sector. Therefore, as I conclude, I want to request all of us to work as a team, wherever level or capacity you are, whether at the political level, the technical level, or the operational level, to drive the teamwork agenda. I want to take this opportunity to sincerely thank the government of Kenya for being a wonderful host to ISCOS Secretariat. They have hosted ISCOS since its inception, and now they are going to host Moesna. I thank my chair, former outgoing chair, the Republic of Uganda, under the leadership of Honorable Katumba Mala, for bringing us where we are. So I salute you. And also appreciate our incoming chair, the first chair of Moesna, for accepting to lead this great institution. Chair, I believe you are equal to the task. Your colleagues are here. It's testimony that we are working as a team. To our partners, who have we signed a number of memorandum of collaborations, MOCs, to drive the industry together. We appreciate you. We salute you. The technical committee led by the coordination team and the technical teams, the ISCOS fraternity, I salute you. I say thank you very much. And in the interest of time, Chair, I submit my speech and remarks. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Secretary General. We will now proceed to the speech by the Minister of Works and Transport, Republic of Uganda, Honorable General Edward Katumba Wamala, to be followed by Tanzania. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Chair, I'll also ride on the protocols which have already been observed. And I request, before I go into my speech, let's stand up a bit and we stretch a bit. They brought us entertainers, but people were looking at them. They had wanted you to shake your head, you didn't shake your head. Now at least turn a bit. Yes, that's better. And I think we are back into shape. Please take your seat. Thank you very much. Honorable ministers in the room and the representatives of the ministers who are not able to attend, the members of the team, the secretariat, and all the members attending this afternoon. I bring you warm greetings from the government and the people of the Republic of Uganda, and greetings from our President, retired General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, a man who talks about Africa and Africa in every speech he talks about, and Africa working together. It gives me great honor and joy to be part of this memorable Moesin Assembly of Ministers meeting at this as an immediate former chairman. And I'm very happy that I'm handing over a bigger organization to my successor, Honorable Tayari. I was telling him this morning that because of his size, I had to hand over a bigger organization than the small ISCOS which I was leading. So, Honorable Tayari, you're welcome, and I'm very happy that you're here. I would like to take this opportunity to appreciate the government of the Republic of Kenya under the good leadership of His Excellency William Ruto, and through the Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Salim Mvurya, for accepting to host this 9th Assembly meeting and for the warm and African hospitality, which we have even enjoyed this morning. The band, the dances, including even a dance from Uganda. I saw these Kenyans dancing my traditional Kiganda dance. I don't know how they were able to pick that, but that's Africa. It shows you how easy it is for us to interact, and we're not only taking advantage of that. Let me also take the same opportunity to extend my sincere gratitude to all the states representatives here from all over the region for honoring my invitation and being here with us today. I want to apologize, honorable ministers, that I've been sending you very long letters. Somebody told me, your letters are so long, but I had to convince people to join ISCOS and now Moesna. So my letters were very long, but they're telling the story. And I'm very happy that we have a full house today. So thank you very much for honoring the invitation and being here today. Distinguished colleagues and delegates, as you may already be aware, shipping is the main facilitator of international trade, ensuring over 85% of global trade, as already said, which is moved around the world, including, for example, for us who are exporting coffee, tea, and cotton from Uganda we enjoy a lot of this. If we didn't have the shipping, I don't know what would have happened to our coffee. It would have been locally consumed, but we can't finish all of what we are producing. As emerging markets, efficient shipping and maritime services should be central in our priorities. And I'm very happy, Honorable Mvria, to hear that you are facilitating even fresh foods trade now, because we produce a lot of that. And we take advantage of what is at Mombasa today. Today, shipping supports a lot of human activity and has become essential to humanity's well-being, because without it, international trade connectivity amongst nations would collapse. We all remember what happened, some of you do, when we had that spate of the piracy along the Somali coast, how it affected all of us. Whether you were a riparian state, whether you were a coastal state, we were all suffering. So we know how important shipping is in our lifeline. As we constantly remind ourselves of our continental aspirations under initiatives such as the Agenda 2063, African Continental Free Trade Agreement, Revised African Maritime Transport Charter 2010, and the African Integrated Maritime Strategy, AIMS of 2050, which envisions a developed continent driven by a liberalized trade regime anchored on a very strong blue economy. We need to know that to realize these ambitions, shipping must play a pivotal role. I'm happy to note that with Moesena expanded mandate covering the eastern, northern, southern Africa, and Indian Ocean states of Africa, we have a formidable platform to facilitate a collective realization of all these ambitions and sail us towards the ultimate African dream. We should just take advantage of our numbers. The big, the better. As individuals, it may be very difficult even to negotiate. It is now we have a bigger voice. Even when we go into negotiations, people will listen, because now we have a bigger body. So people will be able to listen to us. But when you guys are an individual Ugandan country, somebody can ignore you after all. You're so small out there. But now with Moesena, I'm sure that our voices will be heard. Honorable colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, recognizing that shipping is a regional, continental, and international activity whose complexities cannot adequately be managed unilaterally by any single state, there is need for all of us, for all of us, to increase our collaboration under the Moesena umbrella. Testament to the above, global shipping is currently experiencing interruptions caused by the war between Israel and Hamas, which is resulting in increasing freight rates since January 2024. I'm informed that the Secretariat is monitoring these trends and actively engaging stakeholders in the region to ensure that the situation is not grossly exploited. This phenomena and other related ones necessitate our persistent collaboration as a region under the Moesena to jointly find sustainable mechanisms of addressing these challenges. On this note, I would wish to encourage and implore my colleagues who have not yet joined membership of Moesena to expedite the process so that we have an expanded voice as a region. And from what I transpired this morning, I was encouraged because everybody was talking, we're in the process. Let's complete the process so that by the next year, when we convene, we'll have as many members registered as possible. Honorable members, honorable ministers, we know that regional cargo is primarily transported by foreign-owned carriers, and as a region, we neither have sufficient control of its movement, nor have we been coordinated enough to support each other in averting the resultant challenges, exposing us to continued adverse conditions of carriage in addition to paying out and donating huge amounts of foreign currency to to other countries. I think the Secretary General has alluded to this, and the other speakers. It is high time we came together to deliberately promote our existing national shipping lines, and I'm happy that Ethiopia is already having shipping lines. Why wouldn't we take advantage of that and build on what is already there? We can add a block, we can add stones on what Ethiopia already has. We may not need to invent the wheel. We can get to Ethiopia, learn from what they have done, and then build on what is already there existing. So this initiative will generate auxiliary business, stabilize freight rates, assure the region of sustainable shipping, and guarantee our maritime graduates and cadets of the much needed sea time for their professional progression. I would wish to therefore task the Secretariat to expeditiously fast track this initiative and advise the leadership of Muesna. Secretariat, I implore you, please move into deliverables. Do a feasibility study of how this can be done. Let's get a bankable project which we can dangle to those who can be able. The private sector will play ball if we have a bankable project. Let's move to practical things. Colleagues, our region is blessed with many inland waterways which present us with greater potential, promote cost-effective shipping and trade. In this regard, Uganda government has prioritized development of water transport in the medium term and the long term. We want to take advantage of the big water body which we have, the Lake Victoria, which we have not been exploiting for a long time. We are currently developing a port on the lake called Bukasa Port on Lake Victoria to promote trade across the lake. The navigability of River Nile is also under study. We want to see how we can connect South Sudan through the River Nile. We know that after Juba onwards to Port Sudan is navigable, but between our Nimule and Juba is not navigable. Is it beyond us now in this century to be able to remove the impediments between the Nile, between Nimule and Juba? We are studying that to see how it can be improved. The safety of navigation being so critical to shipping, the government is committed to support, and as such, we are collaborating with Kenya and Tanzania to develop a coordinated regional maritime communication search and rescue system, under which we are constructing and equipping maritime search and rescue centers on Lake Victoria, Lake Choga, and Lake Albert, so that in case there is any accident on the lake, we are able to respond and respond adequately. To accelerate growth in the industry, my government recognizes the key role of public-private partnership. Therefore, we incentivize the private sector to take lead in providing shipping services as government focuses on infrastructure development and policy guidance. This has seen private initiatives, such as we have now a company called Mahathi Infra Services, which has developed a very big vessel transporting petroleum products from Kisumu into Uganda, as opposed to moving it by road. And also, another vessel just been developed. It's a roll and roll off, which can take 1,000 tons of cargo, both trailers and containerized cargo. Honorable Ministers and ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate the tremendous work Muesna continues to do in the region in line of enabling regional states to develop their local maritime economies. This comes through expert advisories to the member states. For example, Muesna expert analysis identified that the 4 Muesna founding member states were losing over $500 million annually due to the wrong application of Incoterms by importing on cost, insurance, and freight (CIF) basis. This conduct is not only illegal, but also means that the insurance component of such transactions continues to be donated to foreign insurance markets. Yet, we have our own insurance industry in the region. So I want to thank the Secretariat for that effort, and please continue identifying those areas where we are being exploited, because I think there are still many. I'm happy to note that Moesena continues to work closely with our insurance regulatory authorities, tax authorities, the insurers, and other stakeholders to have maritime cargo insurance domesticated across the region. Ladies and gentlemen, during my tenure as chair of this Honorable Assembly, which I've already handed over, we have registered some progress, some milestones, including the finalization of the draft of the Regional Maritime Transport Policy, which you heard the Secretary General talking about, and he has already elaborated what the policy is all about. We have also finalized the drafting of the Constitution for the Regional Shippers Council, which body shall greatly support the National Shippers Councils and provide a structural link with Moesena. In the interest of having close private sector involvement in the running of Moesena, my prayer is that Regional Shippers Council will be progressed to form part of Moesena organs soon. I'm pleased to have assumed chairmanship when we were ISCOS, and I'm leaving when we are Moesena, with an expanded geographical mandate directly reflected in the name of the organization. I've also been privileged to oversee the admission of 2 additional members to the organization. On behalf of the Moesena fraternity, I take this opportunity to officially thank the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia for honoring our invitation to join Moesena. You are welcome, highly welcome. With great honor, I wish to request all of you colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, to join me in a hand clap by welcome the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia to this big family. That should encourage all the other members who are still behind. Please make sure that you get that big hand clap the next time you are attending this such a and the Secretariat, it is further promising that many other states have expressed willingness to join this organization and at different levels of navigating the internal processes of applying for their membership. I congratulate those states for the progress made. Colleagues, as the Republic of Zambia assumes chairmanship of Moesena, I wish to pledge my full support to Honorable Frank Museba Tayari. Yesterday I was telling him Tayari is a Swahili word meaning ready. So you can see the guy was ready really to take over the leadership of Moesena. So I've no doubt that he was already prepared and is ready to drive Moesena, a big organization than the one I was leading, to better heights. So I pledge my support, and I'm looking forward to working with you and the Secretariat for us to achieve what we want. Finally, my sincere thanks goes to the Coordinating Committee and the Secretariat. Thank you. Thank you. Secretary General, thank you. I've been a bad driver. I've been pushing you hard. Many times I've made a lot of demands of you. Thank you for bearing me and bearing my pushing. And I think now you can see the results. So if Honorable Tayari pushes you harder than me, please comply, because when we push, results are delivered. So I want to thank all of you. I want to thank the Secretariat. Thank you very much for organizing and welcoming us and keeping us in very safe here. And Honorable Mbuya, thank you for the great hosting. We are looking forward to having a nice evening. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for coming, and we are moving forward. God bless you.
Thank you so much, our outgoing chair. I would now like to welcome the United Republic of Tanzania, represented by the ambassador to Kenya, His Excellency Mr. Bernard Kibese. Karibu. Mpigeni makofi tafadhali.
Alijua mimi ni Mswahili, ndio bwana akasema mpigieni makofi. Habari zenu? Habari zenu? That's what I wanted to hear. Honorable Frank Musabatayari, the chairperson of Moesna. While I ask you for the permission to ride on the established protocol, it would be high level of indiscipline for a diplomat like me not to recognize the presence of our host, Honorable Salim Mvurya, CS and Minister of Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs of the Republic of Kenya. But again, how can I afford not to recognize the outgoing chairman of ISCOS, Honorable General Edward Katumba Wamara, Minister of Works and Transport of the Republic of Uganda. After recognizing the presence of Mr. Mwanza, the Secretary General of Moesna, please now allow me to ride on the already established protocols. Honorable ministers, distinguished delegates, I'm hereby representing my Minister of Transport, Honorable Professor Makame Mnya Barawa, Minister of Transport of the United Republic of Tanzania. And on his behalf, it is my honor to be a part of this important meeting for the regional ministers in charge of the shipping and maritime affairs. But first and foremost, I thank the Almighty God for his mercy and blessing that enabled us to meet here today. But I'm grateful and I appreciate the warm reception accorded to us by our host, Honorable Salim Mvurya. However, I wish to take note of the presence of our counterpart ministers and representatives from our neighboring states, from Eastern, Southern, and Northern Africa, as well as the Western Indian Ocean island states. As one of the members of Moesna, I take this opportunity to welcome you to this meeting and encourage you to join full membership of the organization so that together we can build a well-coordinated maritime region that enjoy seamless and competitive water transport system. And on this note, I commend the Secretary General and his team for achieving the Assembly's inspiration by once more bringing together states using the Indian Ocean and the Red Sea as the maritime passage of their imports and exports for a common cause. It is a great honor to our forefathers who saw the need and created ISCOS, which is now expanding its scope and rebranding to become the Maritime Organization for Eastern, Southern, and Northern Africa, or as you call it, Moesna. Honorable members, on a special note, as it it was done by the outgoing speaker. I wish to congratulate the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia for becoming a sixth full member of Moesna. And Honorable Dr. Alem Sime, congratulations and welcome to Moesna. Your decision to join us in full capacity will go a long way in fostering regional collaboration. Working together in a sector like maritime, which is international in nature, cannot be overemphasized. And I hope Ethiopia's decision will inspire other states in the region to join us so that together we can build a maritime powerful house region. Honorable ministers, let me take this opportunity once again to congratulate the Republic of Kenya to your election at IMO's 34th session, a council member under Category C. Your win signifies our regional unit, as I believe all Moesna members voted and campaigned for Kenya as one of our own in the region. Let us take disadvantage of our number and support each other wherever one among us needs our support, because together we can achieve our goals. And once again, Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Mvulia, congratulations. Remember, your win is not for Kenyans alone, but for the region, as you represent the regional interest at IMO. Honorable ministers, ladies and gentlemen, water bodies, the ocean and lakes are shared by different states. In many cases, may have different policies and strategies in harnessing these resources. The situation has brought disjointed investment in infrastructures and system development, which hinders seamless flow of maritime traffic in the region and beyond. I believe having Moesna in place, bringing in a wider regional coverage characterized by unified policies and strategies, leveraging on synergies from our numbers, will see a vibrant maritime region saved by competitive shipping services, endeavoring on the reduction of shipping cost. Furthermore, containing transboundary crimes through waters requires transnational joint efforts, and therefore Moesna is well placed to coordinate national efforts on a common cause for a safer and secure maritime environment in the ISNA region. Honorable ministers and delegates, as you remember, and we are all witness, we witnessed the aftermath of COVID-19. Carriers ignored our region when their containers were held in some areas outside the region that limited containers availability. The available few containers were allocated to the most profitable routes, leaving our region starved of containers, which hiked freight rates, a situation that can mainly be attributed to over-reliance on foreign shipping services providers, as we do not have our own ships. This cannot be overemphasized. As we gather here, it is high time we come together, pool our resources, and establish our own shipping lines on which we can lean on during difficult times. But the importance of shipping line cannot again be overemphasized. The shipping line will create jobs for our people, opportunities for placement of our cadet for sea time, but also enable us to retain the much needed foreign currency paid out on freight for shipment, but also increase liner shipping connectivity, and above all, we will have a say on the movement of our export and imports to and from our overseas. Honorable ministers and delegates, the complex and cross-boundary nature of maritime transport requires a well-trained and knowledgeable workforce who meet the international standard. It requires both sea and land-based human resources that are well equipped with industrial knowledge that meet expectation of the industry's stakeholders. In this regard, we need to pull our resources together for the development of proper regional training facilities that meet international standard certifications and accreditations. And based on the ongoing global development and with proper planning and strategies, our region is well placed to become a global basket for seafarers. Therefore, there is a need for a greater regional collaboration to ensuring that our trainees, especially our cadets and ratings, get shipped for sea time, which is crucial for their competencies. But I'm aware that the Secretariat is strategizing and working towards establishing a regional maritime university which would be well equipped to produce well-trained personnel who meets the industrial expectation. I hope our technocrat will critically analyze it and bring a proposal for us for deliberation and approvals. I want to emphasize here that the United Republic of Tanzania, under the leadership of Her Excellency President Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan, is ready to host the regional maritime university. We have enough land and good environment to accommodate such a center of excellence in maritime training. Again, President Samia Suluhu Hassan is ready and able to establish this center of excellence in Tanzania. But I appreciate the current Moistness initiative of bringing together national maritime training institutions in the regional at different forums to share experience and discuss challenges facing maritime training with a few finding solutions as a region. Honorable ministers and delegates, Tanzania as a coastal state continues to provide passage and facilitate movement of transit goods through our ports and along the corridors. Tanzania has made strides in expanding and modernizing its ports. We have implemented the Dar es Salaam Maritime Gateway project, which involves deepening and strengthening of berth, the construction of a new multipurpose berth, deepening and widening the entrance channel and turning basin into the ports, and improving the rail linkage and platform in the port. But not only Dar es Salaam port, but we have also expanded the Mtwara port and rehabilitated the Tanga port by increasing equipments and dredging to bring the ships at quay and therefore reduce operational cost, as there is no more cargo handling at the outer anchorage. Honorable ministers and delegation, before winding up my speech, I wish to express my sincere gratitude to the Coordination Committee for the well-prepared meeting. I also wish to congratulate the Secretariat for the programs which has been implemented and urge them to continue implementing programs as agreed upon. I congratulate and appreciate the Republic of Uganda for steering well our organization for the period of 2 years as a chair. I congratulate you, Honorable General Katumba Wamala, Minister of Works and Transport, for the work well done. I appreciate Honorable Tayali entirely for his readiness, the Minister of Transport and Logistics of the Republic of Zambia for accepting to take the chairmanship for the next 2 years. And finally, I would like to thank our host again, Kenya, for the warm reception and hosting us. And we were hosted very well indeed. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, His Excellency Ambassador. At this point, I would like to welcome Ethiopia and being a new minister. At this juncture, we would be requesting through the chair to welcome Ethiopia officially. Can I have one of the head ushers, Agnes, kindly come and help with the plaque? We will ceremoniously welcome our 6th member state to Moesna. Ethiopia delegation, please come forward. A round of applause for Ethiopia, the 6th member state of Moesna, and the first member state to join us using our new name, Moesna. Thank you very much. And Ethiopia, you may now take the stage to give your speech officially as our 6th member state. Maiden speech.
I'm very happy. That's why I took time to control my emotion. Honorable Frank Masale Tayal, Minister of Transport and Logistics of the Republic of Korea, the Republic of Tanzania, Zambia, and also Chairperson of Moesna. our host, Honorable Salim Mayara, Minister of Mining, Blue Economy, and Maritime Affairs of the Republic of Kenya, Honorable General Edward Kotumba Wamala, Minister of Works and Transport of the Republic of Uganda, and the outgoing chair, all protocols that have already been established, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great honor and pleasure to address this meeting of ministers responsible for shipping and maritime matters at the occasion of the 9th meeting of the ISCOS Assembly of Ministers. From the onset, I wish to thank the government of the Republic of Kenya and ISCOS for the warm reception and accorded to me and my delegation since our arrival in the beautiful city of Nairobi. Honorable Ministers, in March 2023, I attended the 8th meeting of the Assembly of Ministers as a prospective member of ISCOS. Now, I feel privileged and honored to speak to you as a member of the Assembly, the Assembly of Ministers of Maritime Organization for Eastern, Southern, and Northern Africa, MOESNA. The spirit of the African Union is to bring us together as Africa and as African states. We cannot be having the same challenges in shipping, and yet we don't take the effort to talk to one another. The need for collaboration in the shipping and maritime sector is real, and of recent we have witnessed increased cases of bilateral agreements between regional states in the area of shipping and intra-regional trade, but international such as. But the truth is that shipping business is very complex and indeed very international, such that bilateral agreements which depend much on the goodwill of the two states may not be the solution to the cross-cutting issues that have affect us as African states. Honorable Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, we all know that maritime transport is responsible for the movement of more than 80% of the international trade, but it is also true that shipping remains one of the least understood and least appreciated sector in Africa. And this is so especially for land-linked states, many of whom still feel that shipping is about ports, and that if you were not a coastal nation, then you don't have to spend a lot of energy on shipping affairs. This is very unfortunate, as shipping business should be the concern of every import and exporting nations, which is mindful of the cost of the international trade. Let me take this opportunity to thank the founding states of ISCOS, the Republic of Kenya, the United Republic of Tanzania, the Republic of Uganda, and the Republic of Zambia for the landmark decision to open up membership of the organization, and for seeing the need for us to move together as a region. This Assembly's decision to change the name of the organization has also given us a sense of belongingness, and as regional states, we should now take advantage of our numbers to build our synergies and develop our maritime sector. I am aware that the best and Central Africa's The West and Central African states are already well organized under the Maritime Organization for West and Central Africa, which is a 25-member organization for West and Central Africa. There is no reason whatsoever that on this side of Africa we should not be organized under our own organization. Honorable Ministers, you may agree with me that the biggest mismatch in Africa's maritime trade is that while those serving us make it a priority to talk to each other and form alliance, those who are being served all facing the same challenges of raising shipping costs and adverse policies have chosen to act unilaterally. Service sector both in aviation and maritime transport, even when we have a big base of our own aircraft, we will need alliances because they help us to leverage on the common of facilities, having common platforms for customers' incentives. This is the way African states, many of us without own vessels, but very active in import and export trade, can believe that we can go at it alone without a big sacrifice from our economies. We are looking at Moesna as a platform which we can enable us to identify opportunities amongst us in intra-regional trade, leverage on each other's strengths and be an avenue to pooling resources, ideas, and synergies together for our international shipping business. The Ethiopian shipping and logistics operates a fleet of 10 vessels navigating routes between China, the Middle East, India, Djibouti, and over 365 international ports. Through slot arrangements, we plan to expand our fleet and vessels calls. I am pleased to note that Moensa is addressing cabotage issues that hinder the seamless movement of African vessels along the Eastern African coasting. Thanks to this effort, Ethiopia Shipping Line through Moesna is prepared to navigate and negotiate with our African colleagues for transport of cargo within the region and to and from overseas markets. In May 2024, we made our first vessel call to the port of Lamu with our newly acquired vessel called Abai 2, successfully delivering 61,107 metric tons of fertilizer, a first in Lamu's and largest bulk shipping by volume in Kenyan history. We seek unwavering support from all concerned African shipping and maritime members to bolster our success. I urge regional states to leverage Moesna's platform for dialogue on enhancing our capacity for sealing vessels and developing intra-regional trade among ourselves. I totally agree with the deliberations of honorable ministers this morning that in order to reduce the dependency of foreign-owned carriers in the transportation of Africa's international trade, it is imperative that African states start a conversation on the dimensions of maritime carriage and transportation for cargo, including how regional states must promote and invest in the ownership of vessels, look at the possibilities of container manufacturing and leasing, how to influence overseas and international markets, and many others. We also need to work under the MOESNA to explore our intra-regional trade opportunities through maritime connectivity. Honorable Ministers and ladies and gentlemen, this is the platform we need to help us put our ideas together, monitor our decisions, and implement our programs. Therefore, to my colleagues in the region who are still carrying out internal consultations, I know that convincing our governments, many of whom are not very sensitized about shipping and maritime issues, can be a real challenge. I want to make a passionate appeal to you, honorable ministers and countries representatives present here, to do all what you can to bring your countries on board. Because it is when we have numbers that we shall benefit from our unity in diversity. As I conclude my remarks, honorable ministers, I wish to thank the Assembly of Ministers of MOESNA for believing relentless on the matter of collaboration and the development of Africa's maritime trade. I also appreciate the Secretariat for the technical support provided to my ministry while navigating the process of membership to this organization. Thank you, Asante Nisana.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, Ethiopia. We now proceed with the Honorable Minister Mohamed Abdul Kadir from the Federal Government of Somalia.
Good afternoon once again. From where I'm seated, I have the advantage of looking at all of us in this room. And we are now appearing so tired. I don't want to just embarrass any one of you. I can literally point at the people that were sleeping who will not go there. But I thought that I'd be failing in my duty as the chair for MOESNA to also say that may we now guide the remaining speakers that in the interest of time, we are limited in terms of our delivery time of speeches. Let me say that I'm giving each of the remaining speakers only 2 minutes. And this is because you have got to look at the opportunity to become a full member so that you will have the privilege to speak as long as Tanzania did, as long as Ethiopia has done, indeed as long as Uganda did. So we can't give you all the freedom at this stage. You need to work for these opportunities. Thank you so much. I've guided.
Thank you so much. Yes, it is a matter of time. It is have to be precise. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay, good afternoon, Honorable Minister Frank Tiali, Chairperson and the Ministry of Transport and Logistics of Zambia, Honorable Minister General Kutumba Umala, outgoing Chairperson and Ministry of Works and Transport of Republic of Uganda, Honorable Minister Salim Mkufi, Minister of Mining, Blue Economy, and Maritime Affairs of Republic of Kenya and hosting country, Honorable Ministers, my friends, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, all protocols observed, good afternoon. Really, it is a great honor for me to address you all today at this important conference as we together here to discuss the pressing issues facing our society towards shipping industry. We must remember the importance of the unity and the collaboration in finding solutions. Honorable Ministers, distinguished guests, I am pleased to see so many passionate and individuals and experts from various fields coming together to share their knowledge and insights. It is tough, open dialogue and cooperation that we can make a progress on the challenges we face. In rapid changing world, it is crucial that we adapt and innovate to meet the needs of our communities. As a government, we are committed to supporting initiatives that promote growth, sustainability, and inclusivity. The Maritime Organization Eastern, Southern, Northern Africa, MOESA, has made significant achievements in promoting international cooperation and coordination in the shipping industry. Some of the key accomplishments: providing a platform for dialogue and information sharing among member states to improve global shipping governance, supporting capacity building and technical assistance program to enhance the capabilities of developing countries in the maritime sector, promoting sustainable shipping practices and environmental protection measures. Honorable Ministers, distinguished guests, I argue all of you, especially the ministers responsible for shipping and maritime affairs of the states in Eastern, Southern, and Northern Africa, to engage in meaningful conversations, to listen to diverse perspectives, and to work together toward bringing future for all. Let us harness the power of collective action to build more resilient and prosperous society. Thank you for the hosting country, Kenya, our brothers, for the very welcoming hospitality. I'm saying thank you again all for the time. Thank you so much.
We now move to the Kingdom of Eswatini. The Honorable Selemusa Loni Pondwandwe, the Minister of Public Works and Transport.
Thank you, Program Director. 2 minutes is not long. I didn't say it's short. Mr. Chairperson, thank you so much. You instructed me to talk about the Red Dance. Unfortunately, I cannot cover it in 2 minutes. My greetings to the host, the Minister from the Republic of Kenya, our outgoing Chairperson, Minister from Uganda, Honorable Ministers present here, our Secretary General, the Secretariat, government officials, and everyone. My greetings from the Kingdom of Eswatini. And I would like to start by expressing that we are so honored to be invited and being part of this discussion where we talk shipping and maritime. And with that, I want to take this opportunity to appreciate member states who spearheaded the formation of this kind of organization. Learning from other sectors like aviation, in Africa we have regional formations, and then we have the African, which is AFCAC, which then feeds into ICAO, which is the international organization. So this kind of organization, I would say, was long overdue. It has been already alluded that we do a lot of our transportation, the maritime contributes 80%. And then one wonders as to where are we? Why do we remain consumers of the service? Why can't we actively participate in everything that happens so that we're able to identify gaps, inefficiencies, what doesn't work well for us? So that is why I appreciate so much those member states who spearheaded the formation of this organization. I would say that as Eswatini, we are not so much active as we are surrounded by countries, which is South Africa and Mozambique. And we work well with them using the airports, mainly Durban and Maputo. So those are the ports that we access as a country. But now coming to this kind of setup where the chairman said it is so open, even those countries that have no direct access to the sea, they can still have an opportunity in this kind of operation, which we really appreciate, and we are looking forward to being. No one is not a member. We are all members. We are members, as the name suggests. I'm from the south, so south is covered in this. So I take myself as a member. It's just a question of doing something, formalization of our membership, doing the right thing, so that we assume our roles and responsibilities and enjoy the relevant privileges that come with this organization. So thank you so much. We are looking forward to working well with you, Mr. Chairperson. Congratulations. And thank you so much for Kenya for such a wonderful event being hosted by you. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Next would be the Republic of Seychelles, represented by His Excellency Dijak Anthony, Minister of Transport.
Good afternoon, Your Excellencies, Mr. Chair. We've all torn our speeches, and now we have to improvise. So Seychelles adopts all the previous speeches as its own. That's number one. Number two, you can hardly find anything that's not been said. All has been covered. So I will simply state that this meeting is very opportune because we are in one of our worst global crises, that is for the shipping industry and maritime, and this directly affects all of us. Seychelles, as a small island developing state, is also very much affected. What we have so many crises. For example, shipping in the Black Sea because of the Ukraine war, crisis in the Red Sea because of the Israel and Gaza episode and war, crisis in the Panama Canal adversely affecting shipping. And this has accumulated and has brought about, as never before, a huge increase in insurance and freight costs. And this impacts directly on our countries. We all see inflation, the rising cost of living, and you can see in all our states there's also some social unrest as a result of the rising cost of living. Our people are unhappy. So this meeting, if it propels us to come together, to collaborate, to have common maritime policies, it's because our interests are one. We need to have connectivity, we need more control, we need prices to come down, and we need to serve our respective economies. You've spoken a lot about rivers and lakes. Also, let's look at how the island states like Mauritius, Madagascar, Comores, Seychelles can trade with the continental states. At the moment, 4 major shipping companies control 80% of the shipping in our waters, in the Indian Ocean, in the world. And they monopolize, like the minister spoke about manufacturing containers in Africa. They manufacture, and without the containers, you cannot move your cargo. So we have to do that. This has to be one of the deliverables, that one of us starts manufacture of containers, manufacture of ships, setting up of shipping companies, empowering the private sector to invest and to form shipping lines with our backing, our policies, our regulations, and we facilitate, we give them access to concessionary loans. We even invest, because we invest in infrastructure. For example, Seychelles is investing in a new port. And many African countries like Madagascar, Kenya, Ethiopia are investing in new ports. So it's one more investment in our own shipping lines. I wish to thank you, and I thank our host, the government, the president, the minister of Kenya. Thank you very much. And I wish all the best to our new chairman. He's very active, very vigorous, and I call him a lion. So he's going to roar, and we're going to have deliverables. Don't forget that our chairman who's exiting, our minister from Uganda, has given an order. There must be deliverables and there must be a timeline. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Seychelles. Next would be Malawi, represented by Honorable David Mzandu, who is Secretary for Transport and Public Works, representing the Minister.
First of all, I would like to make one correction. I'm not Deputy Minister of Transport, but if it is a prophecy, I receive it. Honorable Chairman, Honorable Frank Tayari, Minister of Transport and Logistics of the Republic of Zambia, the Honorable Salim, Minister of Mining and Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs of the Republic of Kenya, and the Honorable General Enwadi Katumba, Minister of Works and Transport of the Republic of Uganda, and the Secretary General of Moasina. Listening to all the speeches that have been made here already, I don't seem to see anything to add. Other than to say that Malawi is committed to become a full member of Moesna. Malawi fully supports the objectives and the initiatives of Moesna, and Malawi cannot wait to see the vision of Moesna being fully realized in the near future. The issues that has been articulated already, the issues of domesticating insurance, the issue of a regional shipping line, the issue of manufacturing containers within our region. Those are the issues Malawi will be looking forward to in terms of achievement. I want to assure you, Mr. Chairman, that come the next meeting of the Council, Malawi will proudly present its full membership. With those few remarks, allow me to say thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and we wish you well, in your new assignment. Everything has been already said about you. If you are a lion, we expect a lot of progress. Let me also salute the outgoing chairman, Honorable General Edward Katumba Wamara. I met him in Lubumbashi. Now that we meet here again, I want to say congratulations for the work well done. Secretary General, thank you very much. I thought it was you who was writing those letters, long letters, but now I know it was the chairman. Thank you very much for the work well done. We wish you well. You have the support of my country. Lastly, allow me to convey greetings and congratulatory message from my president, His Excellency Makikafe Chakwera. He wishes all of us well. May God bless all of you in Jesus' name. Thank you.
Next is Republic of Namibia, represented by Honorable Nekundi, Deputy Minister, Ministry of Works and Transport.
Thank you very much, Madam Director of Proceedings, Master Chair, and the host. First and foremost, let me submit my appreciation. No, it's okay. We are now told 2 minutes, and now it will be in 2 minutes to hand it over to the chairperson. I'm very much happy, Master Host, Honorable Host, to be in Kenya. I'm happy because the hospitality I've received here, and that on arrival at the airport, I have received an award for being permanent sexy in Kenya. So I'm very much happy to be given that very beautiful award. So apparently nobody can compete with me in terms of sexiness. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Namibia is very much happy to be invited to this very important body that promote the ideals of Africanisms, that enable us to coordinate the meaningful means of trade and coordination of logistics within Africa. So it's very much imperative as we endorse all the statements as attributed here by all member states and fellow African ministers who are present. Namibia is very much ready to participate in this very important endeavor as we promote intra-Africa trade. We shall bring all efforts to the table as soon as we have joined, and I'm certain that we shall very soon take up our rightful place within the body space of Muisna. So, and we shall become a full member, and we are looking forward to ensure that Namibia, as a country, part of Africa, part of Southern Africa, we shall bring all necessary effort in order to ensure that this very important vision is realized in our lifetime. I so submit. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next is the Republic of South Sudan, represented by Ms. Mary Akech Taban, Deputy Minister, Ministry of Transport.
That is where I'm going to start. Thank you very much, Moderator, Chair, and our outgoing Chair, the rest of the ministers, especially the host, the Secretariat, ladies and gentlemen. In my 2 minutes, I want to make 2 points. One, I will start with the last introduction by the moderator. I want to make this correction. I've been hearing it's pinching my heart because I'm taking someone's position. My name is Mary Akech. Right from the beginning of the introduction, I stated that I'm a PS, for the Ministry of Transport, Republic of South Sudan. I'm representing my minister, Honorable Madud Biar, the Minister for Transport, who delegated me actually to take part in this honorable assembly. It is an opportunity for me to witness a lot of good things. We listen to a lot of speeches which the Republic of South Sudan subscribed to. Chair, the second thing that I wanted to say in my 2 minutes is to reiterate the commitment of Republic of South Sudan, as I stated this morning, that Republic of South Sudan is in the advanced stage to become a full member of this family. And it is my sincere wish in this assembly today, this afternoon, that in the next meeting, in the next General Assembly, South Sudan will not be the same as we are today. So we needed this organization more than anybody, any country, any member, because of our landlocked status. Our logistic and transport cost is extremely very high. I hope by being part of this, we can be able to reduce on that. Lastly, I thank each and every one of you who participated in giving us a very, very excellent hospitality through you, Honorable Minister, the host. We have really enjoyed in these few hours in this country very much the kind of hospitality that we always enjoy in East African community meetings. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Pierce, and we regret the misrepresentation of your title. I will now move to Republic of Botswana, Honorable Johannes Simako, Deputy Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Transport and Public Works.
Thank you very much. Outgoing Chair, incoming Chair, I will be less than 2 minutes as directed. As you know, Botswana is land linked. We have absolutely no access to the sea, and it is only through this membership, through those who know clearly what to do, that we will then be able to participate and benefit from being a member of Moesna. On behalf of my minister, Eric Molale, and His Excellency the President, I do pledge and indicate that we are at advanced stages of becoming members of Moesna. It is all through cabinet this week, and definitely in the next assembly we will be part of this great organization. We do not have a single document on anything that has to do with maritime subsector, but we did generate a multimodal policy that clearly indicated that we need to develop the sector and be part of it, and also benefit from the only existing bilateral agreements. So as a member, we really do look forward to opening up the seas and being able to benefit from the economics of being a member. To you, Chair, I wish you all the best, and through your guidance, as you have done in all the other aspects of our corridor development, we do look forward to your leadership. I submit.
Thank you, sir. We'll have next the representative of the Minister of Trade, Transport, Industry and Tourism, Republic of Burundi, Ms. Ninina Hazwe Godlibe.
Thank you. I apologize, I'm going to change the language and speak in French. Excellence, Monsieur le Président de Moesna et tous les membres du secrétariat, Excellence, Messieurs les ministres ici présents, Excellence, Messieurs les délégués qui ont représenté les ministres qui n'ont pas pu être présents pour des raisons diverses. Moi qui parle, je suis le directeur général de l'autorité maritime et portuaire du Burundi. J'ai représenté Excellence Nijimbere Marie Chantal, ministre du Commerce, du Transport, de l'Industrie et du Tourisme du Burundi. Elle m'a déléguée pour la représenter dans ces assises et je présente alors ces salutations. Et de là alors, moi aussi je voudrais me joindre aux autres qui ont parlé avant moi, à remercier tout d'abord les organisateurs de cette assemblée de Moesna. Nous avons eu l'invitation de l'ISCOS, mais nous partons avec une autre appellation et c'est très bien. Alors, je voudrais vous parler un peu des étapes où arrive la République du Burundi pour l'adhésion à Moesna. C'est qu'en 2022, nous avons eu l'invitation d'adhérer à l'ISCOS. Et maintenant, le dossier est à la primature au bureau du Premier ministre pour être acheminé au Conseil des ministres. Je crois que dans la prochaine assemblée, le Burundi sera membre effectif de Moesna. Merci. Je voudrais, de ce point, en fait, je n'ai pas beaucoup de choses à parler, mais tout simplement, je voudrais remercier, pour terminer, le ministre kenyan, ici présent, qui a accepté d'accompagner ces assises et d'être présent ici dans l'organisation de cette assemblée. Nous souhaitons à Moesna de progresser et avoir aussi beaucoup de pays membres afin que les échanges commerciaux à travers la voie maritime puissent être développés pour qu'ils boostent les économies de nos pays respectifs. Et c'est sur ces mots que je termine en remerciant tout le monde. Merci.
Thank you, Burundi. Next is the Union of Comoros, represented by Mr. Mohamed Said Dahlane, representing the Honorable Minister from the Ministry of Maritime and Transport.
Bonjour à tous. Je pense que le modérateur a fait à ce que les Français continuent pour que vous n'enlevez pas les masques. Honorable assistance, honorable Monsieur le Président, aujourd'hui on va changer, hein, on va parler des Nossos. Je tiens d'abord à exprimer ma joie et à féliciter la réussite de cette assemblée grâce au secrétariat général de l'ISCOS, que ce n'est pas une première. Cette équipe, nous le connaissons, ils font toujours les choses à bon point. Moi, je ne vais pas parler comme les autres. Je ne suis pas très politicien, je suis praticien. J'espère aux Lions qui viennent d'arriver de faire d'une façon pragmatique cette institution à passer dans les actions. Je veux dire par là, achetons des bateaux, faisons la ligne, Mais je pense qu'avec ISCOS, on a tout parlé, on a fait tout ce qui est de paperasse et ce qui est de loi. J'aurais souhaité qu'actuellement, parce que nous, les petits îles, souffrons de ne pas avoir des lignes permanentes et que nous pourrons ensemble faire une ligne permanente. Actuellement, les Comores dépendent de Mombasa, Dar es Salaam, de Dar es Salaam et de Majenga pour s'alimenter pour le transport. Et si aujourd'hui la Moessa arrive à créer dans les prochains mois ou années une ligne de navigation, je pense que ça va commencer à faire de nous un réel moteur pour développer notre commerce régional, pour développer notre économie régionale, pour ne pas dépendre des grandes lignes qui imposent leur fret et le coût de revient de la population deviendra amoindri. Et c'est ça le rôle de nos associations. Je vous remercie.
Merci. Next is the Republic of Djibouti. Yes, we have to make use of the translation system. We paid for it. Mr. Ali Mira, representing the Honorable Minister.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Je suis très honoré. Je réitère nos remerciements à l'endroit du gouvernement du Kenya pour avoir organisé cette excellente rencontre qui, j'avoue, a mis la barre très haut et de manière solennelle, je voudrais ici aussi présenter notre reconnaissance au président sortant qui a mené, dois-je dire, le bateau à bon port et nous restons convaincus que le président entrant, en votre personne, Monsieur le Président, vous allez vous allez dans la foulée, dans la continuité, mener le bateau dans une, dois-je dire, à des mers tumultueuses, amener le bateau à bon port aussi. Je voudrais aussi ici, représentant le ministre de l'Équipement et des Transports, qui, comme j'ai dit ce matin, a été retenu pour, comme Djibouti célèbre son 47e année d'anniversaire, a été retenu. C'est la politique du gouvernement de Djibouti. Aucun ministre ne doit sortir, aucun politique ne doit sortir du pays. Il doit représenter, chacun doit représenter dans sa région. Donc j'ai cet honneur de le représenter et j'ai l'engagement, et de manière solennelle, je le dis ici et je le répète, que Djibouti s'engage à rejoindre cette ambition régionale qui est l'organisation intergouvernementale qui va, comment dirais-je, donner un dynamisme à notre région. Ce dynamisme, c'est que chacun de nous doit, comment dirais-je, donner sa contribution. Aujourd'hui, le Djibouti s'est beaucoup investi dans les infrastructures portuaires, mais sans, et je l'ai dit ce matin, sans que nous puissions avoir des infrastructures routières, sans que nous puissions avoir, comment dirais-je, des corridors modernes, nous pouvons pas la région ne pourra pas décoller. Nous serons toujours aussi, si nous ne disposons pas de nos moyens, de nos navires à nous, de la région, si nous ne disposons pas de flotte, nous serons dépendants encore et encore de l'extérieur. Et aujourd'hui, un port, pour qu'il soit moderne, pour qu'il soit compétitif, il ne suffit pas qu'en fait, ce n'est plus l'époque où un port était destiné à un chargement, à un déchargement. Si nous n'avons pas, chacun de nos ports ne dispose pas des infrastructures, des activités de plus-value périphériques. Et je crois qu'aujourd'hui, cette ambition, nous l'avons avec nous, des ambitions qui nous donnent, nous projettent vers l'avenir. Et Djibouti, aujourd'hui, la porte d'entrée de toute l'Afrique de l'Est et les pays des pays de Grand Lac, a cette ambition de servir non simplement Djibouti, l'Éthiopie, mais l'au-delà. Notre ambition est que le conteneur qui va être déchargé à Djibouti arrive à Bangui, arrive à Djouba, arrive les grands pays, les pays de Grand Lac. C'est ça. Et c'est ensemble qu'on pourra demain construire l'avenir de la région. Voilà. C'est que je voulais dire et de manière solennelle devant l'Assemblée générale. Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, sir. Last but not least, we have Mr. Unite Mustafa, representing the Minister of Transport and Communications, Republic of Mozambique.
Muito boa tarde. This is not English, this is not French, it's a new language, Portuguese. Muito obrigado, Sua Excelência o Ministro dos Transportes e Logística da República da Zâmbia e Presidente desta sessão. Em nome de Sua Excelência o Ministro dos Transportes e Comunicações, o Dr. Mateus Magala, da República de Moçambique, queiram, por favor, aceitar os nossos agradecimentos pelo convite endereçado por Sua Excelência o General Edward Wamala, presidente do Comitê Intergovernamental de Navegação Marítima, para a participação de Moçambique neste fórum. Reconhecemos grandemente a importância desta organização, que agora muda de nome para Moesna, cujo objetivo basicamente é envolver outros países da região e do continente, onde, sem dúvida, Moçambique também é integrado, pois faz parte do país com cerca de 3.000 quilômetros de costa ao longo do Oceano Índico. E quando olhamos para os objetivos e as decisões, os passos que esta organização tem tomado, percebemos como país que visam não só fortificar a organização em si, mas também visam unir o continente, tornar os países africanos e da região mais coesos no transporte marítimo, onde Moçambique, com os 3 principais portos que tem, nomeadamente o Porto da Beira, de Maputo e de Nacala, tem desempenhado um papel importantíssimo, não só na logística do interesse do país, mas também da região, especialmente para os países não banhados pelo Oceano Índico, como é o caso da Suazilândia, Botsuana, Malawi, Zimbábue e outros. E continuaremos a colaborar na região e no continente. Foi dito por várias vezes que mais de 80% do comércio internacional é feito via mar e por navios, e esta tem sido a missão e uma das mensagens fortes trazida na Carta Africana do Transporte Marítimo. No entanto, percebemos que não só temos potencialidades no continente, mas também precisamos melhorar nos aspectos relacionados com a implementação da política regional marítima, a uniformização da legislação marítima e especialmente a aplicação de taxas que atualmente estão grandemente diferenciadas nos nossos portos, e também nos preocupa o aumento de atos ilícitos no Oceano Índico, tais como a pirataria marítima, o tráfico de armas e drogas, terrorismo e outros desafios. Caros ministros, excelências, permitam-me dizer que Moçambique já deu passos importantíssimos para aderirmos a esta organização, pelo que nos próximos dias o país irá formalmente se pronunciar na sua aceitação e submissão da sua candidatura ou da sua pretensão em fazer parte desta organização agora moesna. Termino em nome de Sua Excelência o Ministro dos Transportes e Comunicações, agradecendo as várias mensagens de condolência enviadas pelos governos africanos, especialmente pela autoridade marítima queniana, a quando do acontecimento do naufrágio que tivemos no dia 7 de abril, na parte norte do país, em Lunga, na província de Nampula, onde perdemos 98 concidadãos nossos. Os nossos muitos agradecimentos pelas mensagens de condolência recebidas. Meu muito obrigado.
Thank you very much. And ladies and gentlemen, the unveiling. So this is the best part. Allow me to request that we now get ready for the launch of the Maritime Organization of Eastern and Southern Northern Africa. This will be done through a confetti launch. We will have a countdown. Graphics team, are you ready? The press, this is what you probably need to cover most. Thank you. Okay. Yes, yes, I request that we all just move towards, but you can just stand where you are because it will be on the screen, not to disturb you. Oh, okay, thank you. You're welcome to just come down. Okay, you watch, yes. Okay, we'll have a countdown. ISCOS has been in existence since 1967. Some of us were not born yet. I wasn't. My mother was born. Yes. So, we are now no longer ISCOS. We are Maritime Organization of Eastern, Southern, and Northern Africa, MOESNA. Let's have the countdown. Video. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. We had planned to do a drone, but change of venue, we've had to do with what Chair had to deal with in Uganda 2 years ago. Thank you. Also, as you have heard from the speeches of the Secretary General, the Chair, and a number of ministers, ISCOS has been involved in bringing together over 20 countries in the Eastern, Southern, and Northern Africa region. We have developed the Regional Maritime Transport Policy, which will serve as a guide for the countries to look at how to adopt a number of maritime transport policies. I would kindly request the Secretary General to present the Regional Maritime Transport Policy to the Honorable Chair. Yes, we can have the host minister, we can have the outgoing chair. Yes, please. Oh, okay. There is, you can, that's okay? Okay, thank you. He had wanted you go up, but I think let's just do it from here. You can still get the shot from there. Okay? Let's have a round of applause. Thank you so much. As we proceed to the next item, I would seek guidance on the gift packs. We had prepared a number of gifts for our honorable ministers. Head ushers, kindly if we can have the gift packs ready as we do the last item. Yes, Jonah, can you have another copy? Okay, so it's okay. Yeah. Just go ahead with the photos. Just move away. Thank you. The document will also be available on our social media platforms, including the ISCOS website. Chapter second gift, vice versa, outgoing chair to, sorry, the current chair to the outgoing chair. Yes. The next gift, I would request our current chair to the host minister, of Transport Tanzania. Next is to Eswatini. The next gift is to the Republic of Seychelles. The next is the federal government of Somalia. Followed by Malawi. Next is Republic of South Sudan, Madam PS. The blue, yes. We have, yes, Chair, we have packaged the gift for the lady. Yes. Next is Botswana, Republic of Botswana. To be followed by Burundi. Next is Comoros, Union of Comoros. Please, let's upload. There's food after this. We will feed you. Next would be Djibouti. Followed by Mozambique. Proceed for lunch. Lunch will be served at the restaurant on our left. Ushers, please, you'll be able to guide. For the honorable ministers, we will have our lunch in the VIP room where we had our morning meeting. So ushers, can